Now, how do we create a many-to-many relationship? For many-to-many relationship, you will need a junction object What do you need? You need a junction object for many-to-many relationship. Okay, what is the junction object? Junction object is just one more object which will hold the relationship. Okay, so let's say I have a project object and then I have the consultant object here. To create a relationship between these two things, if there is a many-to-many relationship, you cannot straight away create a parent-child relationship because none of them is parent, right? Yesterday, what example we did, in that we had a parent and a child. So you go to the child object and design the lookup field. Today, what we have to do, we have to design a many-to-many relationship where none of them is parent. In that case, what we'll do, we'll create a many-to-many relationship. So for many-to-many, you have to create a junction object, and this junction object will be child of both project and consultant. Okay. So concept is create a junction object and make it child of both the objects, which means you have to create relationships on the junction object for connecting it to both project as well as consultant. Okay, so let's use this example and design a junction object. Let's say we have two fields here. One is type of project, type or category, and other thing can be subcategory. Okay, so in category, let's say we have three options or two options. They can be consulting project, they can be an auditing project, or they can be a promotional project. Okay. Under subcategory, you have different options for example, consulting, you have, if someone selects consulting, then there should be options like maybe strategy consulting, management consulting. If someone selects auditing, it can be finance auditing, it can be let's say risk auditing, when we talk about promotional category project, it can be sales promotion, it can be marketing promotion, whatever. Okay, so these are the subcategories. Now what would we need to do? If the client has given you this requirement, try and understand. What will you do? You need to create two different drop downs on the project object. One should be category, one should be subcategory. Right? So let's go and create that. Let me just log in into my system and go and create it. 1 minute. I'll just log into my account. All right. Okay. So project object we already have. We need to create two drop-down fields, category and subcategory. Okay, and then we will define a dependency on those fields. We will create a dependency of category on the subcategory. So let's see how we'll do that. First of all, let's create both the pick list fields. So just go to create objects, and then go to this project object. Then we click on this create pick list. And we'll call it category. Category, there are three types of projects that we do. Consulting we do auditing, and we do promotions. Click on next. So this field is done. One field I have created, which is the category. I'll create one more pick list, which is the subcategory. for subcategory, what all options do we have? These are the options that we have. So in the drop down, ideally I should get strategy management, auditing is not an option here, finance and risk options, sales and marketing are the options. Right? So these are the subcategory options. Whatever options are available, I have added everything. Click on next. Then this field is also ready. Now let's go and see how will the end user enter the data. The moment you try to enter the data into this project object, you try to create a new record, you will select a category, and then after selecting category you will select a subcategory. Okay, but because we have both of them as drop downs, no matter what I select in category, it shows me all the options under subcategory, which I don't want. Right? What you want? You want that if you select a category, only the subcategories corresponding to that particular category should appear here in the subcategory, right? Otherwise it will become difficult. Now we just have 4 or 5 options here. It's absolutely fine, you can see. But think if you have 50 categories and you have some 250 subcategories or something like that, then it will become very confusing for the end user. That okay, no matter in what category he selects, he again has to go and select the subcategory and all that stuff. He has to choose it from the entire list. That becomes very difficult. So what we'll do is we'll do a bit of customization to make sure that I just get to see the subcategories depending on the category. The ones which are corresponding to that category, those should only be visible. Okay, once I choose a category and go to subcategory. So how will that be done? For that we will need to define a field dependency. What is a field dependency? Making one field dependent on the other. I will make subcategory dependent on category. Okay, so subcategory will become a dependent field. So doing this is very simple. You just need to go to setup, create objects. We go to the project object. Okay, where you go and create your fields, just beside that new, you have an option called field dependency. You have to select this option and then click on new, decide on the controlling field. What will be the controlling field? Category. Which is the dependent field? Subcategory. So select your controlling and dependent field, click on continue. Okay, so once you do that, you will get this edit field dependency screen. Here you just have to select the correct subcategories under the category. Under consulting, which two subcategories are there? These two. For selecting this, you need to press control. Okay, press control and select. Use control plus click to select multiple cells that are not adjacent. Okay, that is what. For auditing, we need these two. Under auditing, these two need to be selected. Under promotion, these two need to be selected. And you just have to say include values. That's it. Okay, once you've selected the correct subcategories under the categories, click on include values. That's it. Done. The values which have been included will appear into this yellow color. So this is done now. I have successfully included the values. Before you exit, you just have to save it. Make sure you save it before you exit. Now you can go to the projects and click on new. Now you see subcategory is not active. Till the time you do not select a category, you will not see subcategory to be active. So first of all, you have to select a category. After that, only the options which are available under that category will be available, and then you can select things from there. Clear on this? So this is how we will create a field dependency. Alright. Okay. So if you are clear on the field dependency and the relationships, you are okay with almost everything on the data structuring part. There are a few other things that we will discuss at a very later point of time, not now, like creating a formula and all that stuff. So that is something which we will discuss after a few more sessions. But if you are able to create these field dependencies, relationships, which means you can design the data structure that you want, right? And this is now the first step in designing any application. No matter what application you are designing for the client, first thing that you have to do is you have to understand the data structure of that application, what all tables are required. Like in our case, we required project, client and consultant, right? Then you will have to understand what kind of fields are required in each of the table, and you also have to decide what sort of relationships will be required. So once your relationships are done, once your fields are ready, and once the tables are okay, your application is ready. The base of the application is ready. On top of that, you can add more functionalities and all those things. You can put the security aspects, you can put the automation thing, you can design the custom user interfaces, everything can be done, So, but base of your application is ready, right? So now if you have people who have created those three objects for the project management application, your basic project management application is ready. The moment you have related the objects and the moment you have created all the fields, right? Clear with everyone? Please let me know if you have a doubt, question here. No? Simple? Okay, I see a message.
Yeah, clear.
Great. Very nice. So actually what happens is when we work for a client, so I want you to understand how this process works. When we work for a client, first thing that we do is we try to understand the requirement of the client, what client wants, right? The client wants to store what kind of information or what data. Based on that, we prepare the data structure on an Excel spreadsheet, right? So we take an Excel spreadsheet, let's say project management app, okay, and then you decide that okay fine, for project management app you need an object to store projects, and then you need one more object to store consultants, and you also track, list down the fields that you would need under each of the object. Let's say for project you need an ID, and you need a start date, you need an end date, estimated duration, actual duration. Okay, you design this kind of a thing, and for consultant also you can have the first name, last name, email, phone, fax. So this way, I mean, these are two objects that we are talking about. This way, whatever objects you have, client, payment, there can be a lot of those, right? The time sheets, who's working on how many hours on which project. There can be 100 things which the client can ask you to track. So whatever is required to be tracked, you just need to first of all figure out all the tables and the fields which you have to create for that app. We do not start straight away on Salesforce. We first of all figure out things on the Excel spreadsheet, maybe on an Excel spreadsheet or on a paper, whichever is preferable to you. Now, for each field that we have, corresponding to the field, you have to put the field type. Okay. Like this can be an auto number. Start date can be date, end date can be date, estimated duration can be a number, actual duration can also be number, consultant first name will be a text field, right? So this is how you will keep on designing the entire app. Okay. Now project and consultant are related through another object, which is a junction object, which is called assignment. So in assignment you can put an assignment ID or name, which can be an auto number. Then it will be connected to project through a lookup. It's also connected to consultant through a lookup field. Right. So this way you will design or put all those objects and fields and the field types, everything on the Excel spreadsheet. This is what you have to do. Once this part is done, then you start creating. Once this has been done, this has been designed, this has been approved by the client that okay fine, this is the information that he needs, he does not need anything else, then you start designing things on Salesforce. Fine. So ideally that is the process. You do not start straight away on the Salesforce. So now you understand how to design things on Salesforce, on the Excel spreadsheet, and then how to get things up and running on the Salesforce, right? So now you are good to design an application. Okay, if there is a concept which is given to you, you can design an application. I will send you a small requirement. I just want, I think I told everyone to send me a test email. I do not know, if someone has missed on that. I have received a few test emails. In case you have not sent me a test email, please drop in a test email to me. There is a small scenario that I will send it to you. You can try and work on that. Or let's not get into other scenario. Let's try to enhance or extend this project management application a little more. First of all, then I will give you one more scenario which you can use for your practice. Okay, of the data model. Clear? Please let me know if you have any questions.